Salute, man. I want to talk about how to, for lack of a better term, manipulate your life to your advantage. To be more fulfilled, joyful, and stress-free. Take charge of your life. Ask, and you shall receive. Alter circumstances in your life in such a way that things work out for you more.
Bad Boy D. Masculinity TV.
I notice a lot of people are stuck in this victim mentality. And it's almost like when they get stuck in that rut, it's like they enjoy it. It becomes a part of them. Like they don't want to solve the problem, because then what would they complain about? They enjoy being the victim. It's a very bad downward spiral and cycle to get into. And as men on our alpha journey, we take full responsibility for everything that happens to us. However, that doesn't mean we don't take the bull by the horns and try to change things in our lives. Because that's what the self-improvement journey is all about. It's making your life better. And a lot of these people I was talking about that are in that rut, in that victim mentality, they don't realize that things can be remedied very, very easily by just taking action. And sometimes action is just mustering up the guts to have a conversation with somebody about it, to solve that problem. I'll give you one of probably at least a dozen ones I've done in my work career. First off, if you have a female boss, I'm sorry to tell you guys, that is detrimental to your masculine and alpha energy. That is bad. Don't shoot the messenger. So for the example I'm gonna give you, I was a department manager for a large store. And I knew the writing was on the wall. I was going to receive a new female assistant store manager. So I would have to report to her. She would have been my boss. And this was before I was full-fledged on my alpha journey. I was almost there. I just got sober. I was an intermediate bad boy. I was full of piss and vinegar. And I've had a few female managers before that. But this time I just knew, like, I drew the line there. I knew the experiences were bad before, and this wasn't happening. I was far more qualified in typical North American feminism, good culture company. They wanted to hire as many female managers as possible. Instead of playing the victim and allowing it to happen, I had a simple conversation with the man, thank God, who was in charge of that situation, of the hiring. I knew he wasn't gonna hire me. He did not like me. He didn't like the bad boys full of piss and vinegar. But I gave him an option. I gave him an ultimatum. I asked him for a conversation in his office. He obliged me, so I then explained to him why, even though for some reason he didn't want me in that position, I was well aware of that. However, it would be in best interest of business. I didn't throw her under the bus and say a bunch of bad stuff about her, which I could have, and it wouldn't have been a lie. But I merely told him that it would be in the best interest of business that I don't work under that specific female. And I gave him an option, an ultimatum. I said, there was 3 assistant store managers at the time. I said, I asked him, may I work under him? And it was as simple as that. He said, oh yeah, sure, bud. That's all it took. And that's just one example. I've done, like I said, at least a dozen similar things where you can, all it takes is a conversation, all it can take is a question, just you showing initiative, taking action, not having that victim mindset, doing something about it. Don't get me wrong, we want to have challenges, we want to have some stressful situations that ultimately make us better in the long run. However, ones that we can nip in the butt, because they're gonna come up inevitably, no matter what. So the more we can nip in the butt and get out of the way to make the further challenges more smooth sailing. It's about being adaptable and solution and action based. Thinking of solutions and then taking action to remedy the problem. Because I ain't gonna lie, every time I've done this, and I've done things like this quite often, it almost always works out in my favor and it makes my life better. All it takes is a little initiative. Because we do want lots of challenges, but we want the BS ones out of the way. So in hindsight, they were somewhat challenges because you stepped up and you remedied it and got it out of the way as soon as possible. Instead of having headaches and stress because of it for months and months on end and having a victim mentality. That way we can focus on bigger, better, more masculine challenges. Moral of the story, men, it's all about tweaking. Tweaking, being adaptable, and fine-tuning. Being a thinker and a problem solver. Because that's what we are best at. So you might as well use it and have the guts to execute it properly. And it doesn't even take a lot of guts or balls to execute it. It's just, for some reason, a lot of people in the victim mentality don't have the bravado or intestinal fortitude to do it. I've made my life better in countless circumstances. Being an adaptable, thinking problem solver, and use your masculine ability to do the same. This has been Bad Boy DTV. Check out my latest video right there. I'll drop another one right there. Check out another one down yonder and subscribe right there. Peace, prosperity, and many blessings, fellas. I'm out of here. Peace.